like anything, fresh ingredients. I'm making the transition here because we have a fresh show every single day. We want to remind everybody tuning in that it's new, it's not recycled, it's not reused, it's not repurposed, it's not a do-over.
I might be, but you know, sometimes recycled.
Hold that, right?
Okay.
Here, have some sugar to go with it. Perfect. We have a wonderful house full of guests here visiting us. Some are family members from the past, some are here for the first time. You know, this time of year when the little bell rings, an angel gets its wings.
Yes.
Our home and family is actually getting an angel today because
the most beautiful one of all.
All of them, that's right. Kelly Garrett is here, actually. Okay. Jaclyn Smith is visiting.
Thank you.
Model, actress. Yeah.
This is the season.
Yes. It is the season. It is
the season. Must be a season for you always.
How is your season going so far?
It's beautiful.
Isn't it wonderful?
It's about family. It's Cristina and I go back a long way.
I know.
Yeah.
We started out as teenagers modeling for Max Factor.
Max Factor.
Do you remember?
We had
those
a lot
days?
of fun.
Yeah, we did.
You know, so we've gone the distance.
Yeah. In our meeting, our production meeting last night, as we were putting the show together, and we were talking about you visiting and coming by, and we had to stop her at like hour 4 of telling stories.
Yes.
You want to save some of that for the show?
We have some good ones.
Yeah.
I wish we could root up some of our commercials.
I know. You know,
they're really old and dusty.
No, like they're on kinescope. No, I'm kidding.
And then I know Tony, her husband.
Yes. Well, he was there at the network when you were doing Charlie's Angels.
Yeah, and Jaclyn Bouvier Kennedy. He basically said, let's cast her. So tell him thank you.
I will.
Jaclyn Smith became a household name in the mid-70s when she played Kelly Garrett on the iconic television show Charlie's Angels. Take a look.
Once upon a time, there were 3 little girls who went to the police academy. And they were each assigned very hazardous duties. But I took them away from all that, and now they work for me. My name is Charlie.
Oh, yeah, please welcome actress, businesswoman, just an overall beautiful person.
It's Christmas, it's emotional. I miss a couple of people there.
Yeah.
So, you know, you think, gosh, how long has it been? And then you see it, and it comes right back.
How fast time goes by.
Will there ever be another Charlie's Angels moment in time like that?
Well, you know, we had 3 networks then, and now there's cable, and there's a million choices, and that was really an innocent show. And today, you know, that's just mild. I mean, they thought we were sexually exploited. We really weren't. I mean, we wore a swimsuit at the beach. We never had a boyfriend. Come on. It was a nursery rhyme.
But you didn't wear any bras?
I don't think we didn't wear bras. That's right, especially Farrah. So I guess I didn't either, but it looked a little different on Farrah. Anyway, I think that kind of entertainment and innocence is sort of, it's not happening right now. I'm not saying it can't come back.
Yeah.
Because of the reality TV.
Reality and things are just more in our face. You know, don't leave it to the imagination.
Was that show was so big? When did you know or begin to realize the impact it was having on our culture?
When I didn't have to stand in line at the movies, that I could just get into any restaurant, that I could go to Disneyland. You know, there was sort of, it was like Fantasyland. You're a rock star. You don't realize the popularity until, you know, all of a sudden these things hit you. So really, Farrah and I had not done a series. We didn't understand, you know, ratings or shares, or Kate did, and she was sort of a leader, and, you know, you don't do this and that, and
not to the extent, because I remember the day that Time magazine first came out and you guys were on the cover. What was that like for you?
That was pretty amazing, because Kate did not want to give up her lunch hour to shoot Time. And I said, hey, we'll do it, you know.
That's some good craft services.
She locked her motorhome door. She was cute. She was, you know, wild. But Time magazine, it's like, you know, how could that have happened? You don't really...
Was it surreal for you to see yourself on that cover? It was surreal, and I think you're so busy working 18-hour days, you don't realize that it's that popular, or that, you know, what? I mean, it was crazy.
Was there a moment Jaclyn, were you, like, it just switched? You went, okay, this morning I woke up and I could go do these things. I can't anymore.
Right. There were, you know, guards at your hotel door if we were on location or going through a kitchen. Or we were really,
But you were
really
working so much.
well, and we did a lot of locations. We did Hawaii, we did Las Vegas, we went to Vail. So when you were out of town and you didn't have the protection of your home, then, you know, you really didn't have a private life. When things were written in the rag sheets, you know, I grew up, everything was based on truth and fact, and you know, they might say your dog swallowed a diamond ring, which you didn't own. So it was like, how could they say things that aren't true? That was an adjustment, you know. But in general, I mean, we got along. We got along. And then Cheryl came along, and that was great because those were some hard shoes to find. I never liked to leave out Cheryl because, you know, she did the show for 4 years, but I think the impact was the first year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, and but you stayed on for the full 5.
I stayed on because, you know, it didn't work to leave either. I signed a contract, and I loved Aaron Spelling and Lynn Goldberg, and I had fun, and it was an education, and it changed things.
It changed your life.
Changed my life, and perhaps I wouldn't have done Kmart, which is 27 years, if I hadn't done Charlie's Angels.
Sure.
I think things happen for a reason. It was meant to be. Yeah.
So I'd love to share a clip with the audience too, because it's all out on DVD and you can get it now. Do you know this clip that we want to show?
I think I might know a little. Yes, somebody did sort of tell me. Let me see. Refresh me.
There's a modeling. There's a scene with you modeling.
Yeah.
This is when she's Kelly's undercover, and
she's
modeling.
undercover. We were always undercover. Yes.
Cover of covers.
A belly dancer, or a circus performer. We did everything.
Or in chains. Remember the one in chains from Prison
Chains? That's the best one.
All right, this is you modeling now. Let's take a peek.
Alec, do I really look that much like the girl who was killed?
From some angles. It's a bit spooky.
You know, I heard that Dana Cameron and St. Clair were having a hot and heavy affair.
Did you know? What else did you hear?
That Michelle hired detectives to follow them, and that St. Clair was the last one to see her alive.
For someone who didn't even know she resembled Dana Cameron, you're becoming quite an expert.
I can't help but be interested under the circumstances now, can I?
Something happened to my voice. Your voice is different. I don't even recognize myself.
Well, maybe it was the character you were playing.
I think it was the Thank you.
Yes,
You've always been my friend.
Yes, always.
Yeah. It just didn't. I mean, you know, now I have a Texas accent. I didn't have it there.
Well, you brought it up again because you were born and raised.
I'm more relaxed with my friends.
Yes.
How did you transition from playing that role to where you are today, and especially the business side of what you do?
Well, you know, it wasn't calculated. It happened. They approached me. I met the president of Kmart. I liked a line of clothes. I was under contract to Max Factor, and Cristina and I both were, and they didn't want me to do it. But when I saw this line of clothes, it was called Hunter's Glen, and it was reminiscent of Ralph Lauren, and I thought, how could they do it at that price point? My mother had wanted to be a designer, and I thought, this is going to be interesting. This is something I want to do. So, you know, you go to unknown territory, and I've loved it. It's as much a part of my history as Charlie's Angels. 27 years I've been with Kmart. So I have apparel, I have home, and branding has taught me so much about business.
Did the business side come natural to you, or did you have to work at it?
No, I think you have to learn, and you surround yourself with a good team. And I mean, doing movies is easier than branding.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think people today just put their name on something, but if you don't do your homework and you don't get in and develop the product and know every aspect of it, I don't think it lasts.
Well, because people can tell if you're a gun for hire or if you're really involved. And when you go to speak about it, you don't speak from a passion, the passion you have for it. People can see right through
I think
that.
You're right.
You know,
you're right.
So with you, it's not the case.
It's been great. And, you know, you have Plan B, you have backups. It's all under the same umbrella of, you know, creativity and, you know, what you like in life. And so it's good. It keeps me challenged.
Well, Charlie's Angels, by the way, is the complete series is currently available on DVD. When we come back, Jaclyn's husband, yes, it's right here, Dr. Brad Allen is going to join us talking a little bit about her skincare line, and they're going to reveal the secret. Which you were
I've been using
so excited about.
Yeah.
What's in the face cream that actually works?
Yeah, it does. I know.
Don't go away. Secrets revealed. Jaclyn Smith, who is widely regarded as one of the world's most beautiful women. I will argue that point forever. You are so gorgeous, and she's well.
No argument.
Well, but you were going to argue
You're
with
sitting
me
next
on
to a beauty.
I know.
You're
I know.
lucky.
Joining us now in our conversation is Jaclyn's husband, Dr. Brad Allen, who has worked very closely with you on your skincare line as well. Welcome, doctor.
Thank you very much.
This was something that we were talking about last night and how effective you found the line.
Well, last week they gave me the kit, and they told me about how you were involved, Dr. Allen, which had a lot to do with me even trying it, because I know how thorough you are. And I just want to say right off the bat, Dr. Allen is responsible for really saving my granddaughter's life. She was born with a heart defect, and I was so frightened at the time because she needed an operation at 4 years old, and I called Jackie and I said, I need to, can you help me? And she put me in touch with you, and and you saved, if it wasn't for you, she wouldn't be here. So anyway, thank you for that. Anyhow. Okay, so, but, so I know you did a lot of research on the product, and every time I switch a product, I break out, and I don't believe the hype that goes along with it. But I've been on it for a week, and I honestly have to tell you, without a doubt, it is the best cream I have ever used. And I don't,
I did something right.
I mean that sincerely. I noticed a difference day one. So what the heck is in that stuff? What did you do?
Well, you want to talk? Or
Yes.
You can start and I can finish.
What's in the product and why is it working?
Well, basically what we tried to do is, Jaclyn's had the same beauty routine that she's used for, 30, 40 years. And she's usually very consistent with her products. But when I started to look at what was in them, they didn't always contain things that have been proven to work. So what we did is we took her beauty routine that she's always used, we took the products she was using, took the feel and texture of them, kept that, but then they added things that we know work and
Like
let them all work
Okay.
in harmony together.
Antioxidants, peptides, and hyaluronic acid.
Very good.
Okay, what is that?
Well-
What is a peptide?
Okay,
It's a small protein.
Okay. Okay.
I'm smarter than you thought.
I was.
He is the mastermind, but you get educated just like I did.
But it was a
Kmart.
team thing. It was Jaclyn was involved because these had to be based on things that she would use.
But
We wanted
what
to
is
make
a peptide?
What is a peptide?
I think Cristina wants to know.
A peptide is a small protein, and they can have multiple effects. Most of the time in skincare, they're used either to help stimulate and rebuild collagen, which we lose as we age and from the sun. But we also use a second one in the eye cream that helps diminish dark circles.
So dark circles.
Yes,
so the eye cream I thought that was so good didn't have this one. Which one was that?
You don't want me to say the name of the cream. The eye cream you were using didn't have...
No, not. I said the peptide.
Oh, Syncol is the peptide we use for collagen, and Haloxyl is what we use for the dark
You
circles.
guys are so married.
Yeah, you're so married.
Yeah, we should
Everybody says that.
But he didn't listen to me. I don't know if I'll let him come on again.
I didn't listen to what?
Listen to
The question.
That's perfect.
Yeah,
That is
it's okay.
absolutely perfect.
You know the story.
I really
Was
have a
it love at
string in
first-
the back. She just pulls it.
Was it love at first sight for you guys?
Go ahead.
Well, he operated on my dad. That's how I met him. He had a quadruple bypass, and so...
And a valve.
And a valve, a mitral valve repair. I'm pretty...
You're very good
I'm
at it.
up on
Yeah,
that.
that's stuff.
And living with him. And so, I was at the hospital around the clock, and Mom didn't want me to walk down to the parking by myself, so he walked down with me. Will you walk down?
It was your mother's idea I walked down with you. She wanted us to get together.
So we went down there.
She wanted you to marry a doctor.
That's it, I guess.
Would be well taken care of. And so that's how it happened. But it was great. I had 2 children. And so, I wanted them to, it wasn't a one-way decision anymore. I mean, it wasn't just about me. So they had to be ready, and they love Brad, and he's been an incredible stepdad. So that's as important as the skincare.
Yeah.
It is.
No, that's number one, to be a good stepdad.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Go ahead.
But for many years, you lived in Houston while you continued your practice.
I lived in Chicago as a pediatric heart surgeon,
Chicago,
and
that's
then
right,
Houston
yeah.
after that. Then Houston.
So you're right.
When I was helping your daughter, I was in
Right.
Houston, yes.
But then you came together when Jackie, when you did your cream and you gave up. Did you give up your practice to do this?
Yeah, what I did is I moved back and doing just research, just medical. I've done research for 30 years as a medical researcher. I've been doing experimental and clinical research for that long. I've always enjoyed it. It got to the point in time where I finally wanted to live with my wife instead of commuting back and
So
forth.
we could fight a little more
Yeah,
and disagree.
we just missed each other so much on the weekends.
No, it's good, but you know, I think being that he is a medical researcher, it really helped with the cream. And he educated me, and you know, hyaluronic acid, and you know, whatever goes in. So that was a plus for the
retinol?
skincare. Retinol.
Go ahead.
Gold standard. No, you can
You're
talk
doing
about
very
it.
well.
But
It
it's
is.
really important. I keep hearing retinol. What is it? What does it do?
Well, I think retinol is a gold standard in anti-aging, and it resurfaces, it regenerates, it takes off the top layer, not drastically, subtly. Do you want to go on?
Retinol is a form of vitamin A, and basically everything Jaclyn just said is very true. Most people believe it's probably the best anti-aging ingredient you can buy. The problem is that there are many different forms, and the ones without a prescription, the best to get is retinol, not one of the subtypes of it, like retinol palmitate, which is often in there, because the concentrations of that are too low to do any.
They're not as effective, they're weaker, so you really want to read.
So just because somebody says the product has retinol in it, and they sell a lot of it, it may not be doing anything for you. The downside of putting retinol in, why a lot of companies don't, is it can make your skin red if you're not used to it. So you have to build up. But we wanted to make sure we put enough in that you'll actually have a good effect from it.
Make a body cream with it, because then I could just put it all over my body. Yeah, I want to look good, just not from the neck up to the neck down.
Well, no, it should be. You can use. A lot of people use retinol on their neck and things. Yes.
So is there a difference between? I brought this up. Is there a difference in our meeting? Is there a difference between, you know, women's skin and us guys?
No, you can use it too. I think men have to be.
Go ahead.
It's like me with me and Tony. I never let him speak. It's so funny.
We're married. Can you tell we've been married a while?
Well, he asked me.
Yes, okay. I love
He
that.
was looking at me.
I'm with you, but I'm
Yeah,
100%.
you know what I mean.
Somebody answer it. I don't care.
Ask him.
May I speak now, please?
You may.
Thank you very much.
You may.
Not really. As Jaclyn said, that's really the same. Skin is skin. The only differences are they often change scents, which most of Jaclyn's is unscented anyway. And the other thing is men probably don't need to exfoliate in their face as much because they shave every day, whereas women do. Outside of that, a lot of it's mostly hype. Oh, and also, you got to put it in a more manly package. You don't want to put it in this, beautiful thing.
Who wouldn't want to have that beautiful face staring at them every day?
I like it.
The packaging is beautiful. The product is beautiful. You're beautiful. And I'm so happy that you're. But
nice
we
to
have
be
so much
here.
more to come, because now we're going into the other room and we're going to show her beautiful collection of wigs. So I'm going to go put one on.
You're just beauty.
Yeah.
Yes. Don't go away.
I'm going to go get one. I'm back with my dear friend Jaclyn Smith. Now, if you would like to get her skin line, which I highly recommend, you do, is that you go to jaclynsmith.com and you can get a discount today if you use the code word HOLIDAY. So please do it. I highly recommend it. My skin looks great, doesn't
You
it?
do.
Yes,
You look
okay.
beautiful in the wig.
All right, speaking of, I just decided to do everything Jaclyn. I have one of your beautiful wigs on. Now, if you're experiencing hair loss, you have issues with it for any reason, be it, hormones, or you're going through chemo, or if you would just like a new look for fun, Jaclyn's wigs are the way to go. And I am wearing one of her wigs right now, which I love. I thought I'd do it. I wanted to see what I'd look a little lighter. And, it feels natural.
I
and
want
it
you
feels
to
really
wear
good.
that home for Tony.
I'm going to wear it home with Tony and with high heels.
Yeah,
That's what I'm going to do. Now, you have beautiful array of wigs here.
I mean, aren't these girls pretty?
They're wonderful.
I mean, this
All
one
of them.
is named after my friend Farrah.
Because of the beautiful hair and the curls.
curly hair, bigger than life.
Right.
This is our #1 seller, and the great thing about my wigs are the value is there. They're very affordable. I mean, as you know, when we used to put on wigs for a shoot, they'd be $2,000 and $3,000. All of these are You know, 100. A human hair is
Yes.
300, but in general, you know, 129, 169.
Well, I'd just like to point out one thing. I love the fact, and I want to play a little tape from Jose in a minute, how he did my
Okay.
hair. I understand Jose insisted on this. I love the fact that this has the natural hair down below, and then the natural color of the hair
Right,
down
the
below.
dark rooted.
And the dark rooted. I love that because this looks more natural.
It's real, and he fought to take volume out, so it was a plus having Jose, who's really master of the game with
And
hair.
this is how he did it for me. I want you to take a
I
little
wanna
look. He
see.
came here the other day, and he did the hair for me. And here you
Work
go.
it, make it, do it, makes us harder, better, faster, stronger. Work it harder, make it better, do it faster, makes us
That was it, yes. And he took the hair and he styled it for me. That would be the right shape for my face and
Well,
all, and I
he
just
loved
loved
you.
it. I'm
Yeah, and it
crazy
looks
about him.
great. Yeah,
thank
he
you.
is a winner, and he's behind a lot of these styles that are really on trend. As you can see, the razor cut. I wish I had worn this one today.
Well, you can put it on now.
This one, oh yes, this one's Reese. And you know, this razored cut was inspired by Reese
Witherspoon,
with a little fringy bangs, and I think we also fought for multicolors.
Right.
You know, because no one's hair is just one color. There's a new wig that's coming out in February, and it's called the Soft Touch. And for people, it has a silicone gel, and it was. Medical researchers developed this. So it's hyperallergenic, it doesn't irritate, it feels good on your head. And I think when you're going through chemo or you have alopecia, you know, this is really important for...
Well, I have to tell you, this is extremely comfortable, whatever
light,
it is. It's
right?
very light, and I like the fact that it doesn't have too much hair on it. But how are these wigs actually helping women, and how did you...
Well, I think, you know, wigs, I mean, it isn't just someone going through... Wigs are a fashion accessory, you know? You go to the Caribbean, your hair frizzes. Mine goes out like that. So you put on one of these wigs, and you don't have to be a slave to having your hair blown out. And I think people want to change. We're also coming out with hair extensions and just little clip-ons.
Yeah, I love those.
If you want just a blonde streak and you don't want to torture your hair, you just clip one on. And if you don't have the volume you want for a particular day, I think that's easy. In, out, you know, if you don't want to wear a full wig. But I think it gives you choices today. And I think it's not just women that are going through a difficult time with
It's just for fun, for fashion. Real quick, how do you take care of these?
Well, the
Regular
easy
shampoo?
thing, Woolite.
What?
Woolite
in the washing
just
machine?
in there. Yeah, I mean, obviously the human hair you can use regular shampoo, and then you
I
can
love
just
that.
hang it upside down on a Coke bottle or on a wig stand. So it's pretty easy, and you know, they're all the monofilaments are all hand tied, so you can change the part. Right, left, middle.
Yeah. You could do it with this. Yeah, we were doing it before. We didn't know
did
we
you
were going to
have-
go in the middle. We
yeah.
didn't know which side to go on. But
Yeah.
I actually like this, and
I
Jose
love
was
it.
very. He was so gracious, and he said that you said that I could keep this, which I will. I'm going to try it on Tony tonight. But I also
Yeah.
had another color. I love it because there are different styles that you can use, short, long, and it makes you feel like a
different,
girl.
and
I
see
love
if you
it.
want to change it, and change your hair. I think it's a good, and it isn't a huge investment. So, you know, I'm really proud. You know that we can get these at paulayoung.com.
Where can you get it? At
paulayoung.com.
Okay.
And then next February,
Come on
we're
in
going
here.
to
Come here. Come here.
come and do.
Come here.
We're gonna. Oh, is he
What did
getting
you say?
involved in the
What did
wigs?
He's yelling at me to say something. I can't. I don't read lips. What do you want me to say?
But if I say it, I'm going to get in trouble when I go home.
You probably will.
No, I was going to say all of these things, both the skincare and the wigs, are available on jaclynsmith.com. So if she
See,
they
he
just-
oversells.
He does. I love it. Oh, look, another one.
people get lost. Oh, good.
What are you doing?
We're cooking in the kitchen
cooking,
and a
that's
little
the fun
bit. Yeah,
stuff.
He came to save me.
Yeah.
So good.
It's good to have you
Hey,
guys
thanks
here.
for
Thanks for
having
coming
us.
by.
Thank you very much.
It's been fun, and my friend.
It's even though it's been a hairy episode here, right? You know I had to come in and say something. But next up,
really good.
I know. You
Wow,
think I'm making
the
it?
scent.
No,
I smell the
no.
seasoning.
I know it's so good.
Is that?
This is cabbage. I don't know what's in there. What? This is your, yeah.
Oh, it's
Robin
so
Miller.
good.
It's Robin Miller doing her
Robin
magic
Miller.
in the kitchen.
5 minutes, 500 things
Yeah.
in 5 seconds
And
for 5 people.
And a high five is what we're going to do. Give me a high five. There you go. Okay. You guys, thank you so much for coming by. Happy holidays. Don't go away. We've got 5 ingredients or less. Next, we got some bacon wrapped turkey tenderloin.